Hi guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is so exciting. I have been waiting to film this. I'm going to be trying out a few rare beauty products for you guys and giving you my thoughts on them. So I actually received my Sephora package in the mail over the weekend and the shipping was really fast. I think I ordered these rare beauty products on like a Monday from Sephora and then they ended up showing up on a Saturday. So I am so excited to test them out. Before we jump into it though, I would absolutely love if you would subscribe to my channel for more beauty, fashion, and lifestyle related videos. I currently upload 2 videos a week, so I would love to see you back here. Now let's get into all of these rare beauty products. So I already did my base today, so I put some foundation, concealer on, and then I just set my under eyes because I don't have the Rare Beauty foundation or concealer to try out today. I just didn't want to go too overboard with buying things because I did purchase everything with my own money and I didn't know what I was going to like, and I was already using a foundation and concealer, so I didn't want to have too many and like have them go bad. So the 2 products that I got from Rare Beauty are so exciting. So I picked up the Soft Pinch blush in Joy, and this is the more like reddish toned one, so I'm so excited about that. I have a lot of like peachy blushes and more like mauve pink blushes, so I don't really have any that are this color, and I'm so pumped to test it out. And then I also bought a lip product and it is red. I love my red lips, so I figured I had to test it out. This is the Lip Souffle Matte Lip Cream, and this is in the shade Inspire. Now, I know I only got 2 products to try out, but these are the ones that really stood out to me. I didn't want to go too overboard with purchasing things and having too much makeup that I would never be able to use up by the time it expires. I also picked out these ones in particular because I kind of wanted to try to recreate Selena Gomez's makeup look in the promos for Rare Beauty. The photos of her were absolutely gorgeous. I will pop a picture of one up on the screen here, but it's just such a nice like soft makeup look, something that's very natural but still stands out, and I love her lips in them. So we're going to try to recreate something a little similar today. I already have on my foundation and concealer like I said, and I set my under eyes, so we're going to go ahead and work on the face. I will show you guys what other products I'm using, but mainly we're going to focus on the Rare Beauty stuff. Okay, so before we get into putting the Rare Beauty blush and lipstick on, I'm just going to go ahead and do my eyes super quickly. So for brows, I think I'm honestly just going to comb through them with my Benefit Gimme Brow. I know that Rare Beauty has a brow pencil, but honestly I have so many brow products right now that I'm trying to use up, so I didn't want to purchase it, and it wasn't necessarily one, like the shape of it isn't something that I am super into. It's a little bit more of like, it's not like a pencil tip from what I understand. It's kind of like one of those longer brow pencils, so it doesn't work very well, at least in my opinion, to kind of define your brows and give you more like hair-like brows, which is what I like. So I'm just going to comb through them with my Benefit Gimme Brow to kind of fluff them up a little bit and just give a little bit of color. Also, while I'm doing this, I guess I could tell you what I put on my face today. So I mainly used my Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation, but I added just a touch of my Wet n Wild Dewy Foundation in with it and mixed it on my face. I was going to just use the Wet n Wild Dewy Foundation, but then I remembered that watching videos on the Rare Beauty foundation, it does look a little bit more on like the medium coverage side, and the Dewy foundation is just a little bit heavy, especially on my skin right now that is very textured. So I have been enjoying the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation, and it's definitely a little more on the affordable side. It's still expensive for the drugstore, but it is one that I really enjoy and something that is still pretty luminous, but doesn't have like that heavy coverage like other foundations have. And I wanted to keep things pretty soft and natural today because I feel like that is kind of the idea behind Rare Beauty, is not being like, at least their products to me don't seem like ones that are super heavy like full face of makeup products, and that is definitely something that is trending in the beauty community right now. Kind of a step up from like Glossier makeup, which is very like barely there makeup, just something that's in between your typical like fuller coverage makeup brands and that sort of Glossier style, like minimal, barely there makeup. Okay, so now that my brows are done and just looking a little fluffy and a little bit more colorful, I am just gonna pop a little bit of shadow on my eyes. I debated whether or not I wanted to use shadow, but ultimately in Selena's picture, she did have a little bit of color on her eyelids, so I'm actually gonna use my Makeup Geek palette, and I'm gonna use this shade here, which is, let me see, Honey Badger. And I'm just going to toss that all over my lid and into the crease, just as a little bit more of like a your skin but better color. So I'm just going to take a nice fluffy brush and dip into that, and then just apply this all over my lids. I'm hoping that Rare Beauty will come out with some eye products, like some eyeshadow specifically. It would be nice if they had like a cream or a liquid shadow. I think that that would go very well with the rest of the brand because they do have a lot of cream products. There's really no powder products in the line, which is, honestly, I enjoy it because I have been really into like cream and liquid products lately. Okay, so I'm trying to keep this as light as possible while still kind of having a little bit of color. I'm probably gonna go over this with a brush that doesn't have any like shadow on it, just to kind of bring the color down a little so that it matches my skin tone a little more. I don't want it to look like I'm wearing eyeshadow. I kind of want it just to look like I have a little bit more of like a pigmented eyelid. Gosh, my hair is in the way, because that is kind of what it looks like in her photo. All right, gonna do the other eye real quick. I'm so excited to use this blush. I can't even tell you. I've been obsessed with my Flower Beauty liquid blush. I know it's like nothing new, but that is basically the blush that I have been using like every single day. So to have another liquid blush in my collection that I think I'm going to really enjoy is very exciting. I was also in need of a blush for the fall time, which is why I went with the color that I did, because my Flower Beauty one is a little bit more on the peachier side, which I feel like works well for spring and summer, but I wanted something a little bit deeper for the fall time, not something that is like as bright as a peach blush. All right, and then I am going to just pop on some mascara real quick, and then we will get into the face. I want my lashes to be voluminous but not like too overpowering, so let me show you the mascara that I'm going to use. I think I'm actually going to go in with the Too Faced Damn Grow mascara. I used this for the first time in a while the other day, and I really liked how it made my lashes look. It is a little messy. It can get on your eyelids. At least it gets on my lids just because of the nature of the brush, but I think that this is perfect for more of like a natural lash look. All right, mascara is done. I just feel so much more alive and awake when I have my lashes done. So one more product until we get into the Rare Beauty products. I am going to apply a little bit of bronzer. Now, because Rare Beauty doesn't have a bronzer in their line right now, I am going to go super light with the bronzer that I do put on, because it doesn't look like she has too much bronzer on, just more concentrated like onto the upper regions of the cheek here, and not like kind of fully down on your cheekbone, if you know what I mean. So I'll show you what I'm using for that too. I am going to go in with my Ofra Americano bronzer. This is like been my everyday bronzer lately, and I'm going to take it on a fluffy brush. I wish I had a little bit more of a denser skinny brush here with me, but I left it at home. So I'm just going to take this and apply it a little bit higher on my cheekbones here, and then honestly I may go over it with my sponge if it ends up looking too deep, but I think that this is nice. I actually got this top this weekend at H&M. It is so cute. It has like these little puff sleeves. It's a tad bit cropped, but not too bad, especially if you wear it with like high-waisted denim, and it was only $3. I was like, yep, I'm getting that. I love this green color. They had a bunch of other colors too, but I didn't want to have like too many of the same style tops, especially because we're going to be getting into cooler weather where it's not possible to wear short sleeves like this. Okay, and then just to brighten up my forehead a little bit. I am just gonna dust this up there, but I'm not gonna go like super heavy. Just kind of one little sweep in the pan. And then just a little on my neck just to match the color of my face. All right, yay. It is time to get into the Rare Beauty products. So first, I'm gonna go in with the blush. Now, I'm debating on how I should apply this because ideally I would like to use a stipple brush with this, but I don't have one with me. And I know that this has been super pigmented when I've seen other people wear it and try it on, so I am gonna be very careful. I don't know if it's gonna work best with my fingers or I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe a brush. We'll see. So anyways, this is the packaging. This is honestly a lot smaller than I was expecting. I don't know why. Obviously it's going to take a very long time to go through this because of how little you have to use when applying it, at least so I've heard. The packaging is so cute though. It is so sleek. I love this frosted glass look. Again, I have mine in the shade Joy, and this just looks like the most perfect like orangey red blush. I don't have any blushes this color in my collection, so I am so happy to have added this. Now, I think I might first, let's see. So this is the color of it. I think I'm going to first dab it on the back of my hand, just a little, and then maybe apply it to my face this way. So I just kind of swirled that around. Wow. That is definitely very pigmented. Okay, I'm gonna use a different finger. It is drying kind of fast. Oh no. Yeah, I don't even think that I will need to. I look like a clown. I'm definitely going to go over this with my sponge. Okay, so we are looking a little bit crazy right now, but I think it is fixable. So for the other side, I'm going to take this Luxie Beauty brush, gosh, my fingers look so dirty, and just go into what I have already dabbed on the back of my hand and then apply it to my skin that way. I think this is definitely the way to go with my Flower Beauty blush. I just apply it directly to my skin, but I think that it is way better putting it on the back of your hand first and then getting it on a brush to kind of tone down that color a little bit, because as you can tell, this side of my face is looking way better than this side, which is a little bit more pigmented since I applied it directly onto my skin. This brush is nice and fluffy though, and not super dense, so it's good for kind of diffusing that color out a little bit. I know that I looks like I have so much blush on right now, so I think I'm going to just take the sponge that I applied my foundation with and just go over this to kind of tone it down a little, especially on this side. Okay, other than the fact that I applied way too much of it, especially on this side, I'm just gonna fix my bronzer right here. I think that the blush is very nice. Let me bring you guys a little closer so that you can see what it looks like on my skin. All right, so this is the blush close up on my skin. It definitely looks really nice. It is very radiant, and it's such a pretty color. I was a little worried that this Joy shade was going to be a little too deep for me, but I think it ends up being very pretty, especially when you kind of diffuse it out a little bit with a sponge. I think that the best application method for this is definitely either a stippled brush or a brush that is not so dense like this Luxie Beauty one that I use. Definitely don't apply it directly with your fingers. It's way too pigmented for that unless you get like the tiniest amount, but honestly it dries pretty fast, not to the point where you can't blend it out with a brush, but with your fingers it's not going to be like super glidey like some other liquid blushes are. So with your fingers you can't really get it to move around and spread around and diffuse on your face as well, but I think that it looks very pretty, and this is the perfect fall color, especially if you have a skin tone similar to mine. All right, so I'm not going to apply any highlight today, even though Rare Beauty does have liquid highlighters, which I was very tempted to purchase, and that honestly might be my next purchase from Rare Beauty because they look so gorgeous. The blush does have a little bit of like a sheen to it, so it's not like you really need a highlight, and honestly I haven't really been into highlighter right now with it being kind of on the warmer weather side. I don't typically wear highlighter in the summer, but I could definitely see myself picking up the Rare Beauty one for the fall and winter time because they just look so gorgeous and just a very natural liquid highlight. Anyways, let's get into the lip, which is the last product that we have to try out today. So again, I have my lip souffle in the shade Inspire, and this packaging is absolutely gorgeous. I am so excited about this. So we're going to put it on. First, let me wipe off this little bit of lip balm that I have on my lips. Okay, now, although this says it is more of like a matte lip cream, I have noticed that many people don't find it to be super drying or even dry down all the way like a typical liquid lipstick. It's kind of going to be more, I think the term souffle really describes this well based on what I have seen, and this is just looks like the most gorgeous orangey red color. So let's go ahead and apply it. I'm not going to apply a lip liner today because I kind of just want to see how it does on its own. The doe foot is a little bit tapered at the top, which I like because it will probably contour the lips well, but let's go in. Ooh, it is very creamy. It has a scent. It kind of smells like sunscreen a little bit. I like that this is pointed at the top, almost like a flat tip point, because then you can get right around the edge of your lips, almost like you're lining it. All right, so I just dipped in a second time because as you're blending it out, the color definitely diffuses. Wow, this is coming off like way more orange on camera with the lights. Okay, so lipstick is applied and I think the color is very gorgeous. It's definitely a lot, but it is one of my favorite lip colors, so I really enjoy it. The only thing, okay, with this packaging, it is such like a soft matte touch that it gets very dirty. Like just having a little bit of that blush on my hands has already kind of tinted this top part here, so it's not going to stay super nice and pretty for very long, especially if you're using it every day. The formula itself, it feels super creamy. It's definitely more of a matte finish, but it's not one that is going to make your lips really tight, and it definitely is not going to dry down. I did have to apply a few layers of it, so my lips feel a little bit not heavy right now, but I can definitely feel it on my lips, and it feels like it's not going to dry down completely. I would prefer using this with a lip liner though, because it is such a soft formula that it kind of blends out really easily, which makes it nice for application. However, you can see like in the corners of my mouth here, it doesn't look, at least not close up, it doesn't look like it is like super pigmented on my lips. I did have to apply a lot. It's getting all over my teeth too. Great. I did have to apply a lot in that region for it to like build up to the color of the rest of my lips, because the corners are like always touching each other. So the product is kind of blending out a little bit more there, but I think that it would be absolutely perfect with a lip liner. So maybe they'll come out with some lip liners in the future. But I think the color is really pretty, and it's definitely a really comfortable formula, like I said. But it's not like your typical liquid lipstick where it's gonna be super tight on your lips and last all day. You will definitely have to be reapplying this. But who the heck's wearing lipstick now anyway, since we're wearing a mask everywhere. But I do really enjoy the formula, and the color is really pretty too. All right, so the face is finished, and those were all of the products that I had to try out from Rare Beauty. I know they have a setting spray too, but I didn't pick that one up because, again, I have some in my collection that I would prefer to use up first, but I do hear a lot of people like the setting mist that they have. Overall, my thoughts are I really enjoy the brand for being a new brand. I think that they really killed it with the launches. The products, I don't see very many like faults to them at all. The blush was really pigmented. You just kind of have to be super careful when applying it because of the pigmentation. Like I said, a brush is definitely the way to go. Maybe even a damp sponge too would look really pretty. The lip, it is definitely very comfortable and has a nice color payoff once you build it up. The formula is super soft, which is great for application. However, it can kind of blend out on your lips while you are applying it. So to get kind of a full like impact, you know, pigmentation, you definitely have to use a few layers, at least with the Inspire lip shade that I have. The packaging is really nice. I like the doe foots on both of these. The blush, definitely don't apply directly to your face with the doe foot because that will probably create a mess and be super pigmented on your cheeks like it is on mine. But overall, I think that the products generally performed pretty well, and I like the brand. I like what Rare Beauty stands for. I like that it is kind of that in between of like a Glossier Barely There makeup and more of like full coverage makeup. You're definitely able to wear the products in a more natural way, which is something that I really appreciate. I think the price points of the products are pretty good. They're definitely more on the expensive side. It's not like a drugstore price point, but they are a little bit more on the affordable side for Sephora. So off of first impressions, I really enjoy these Rare Beauty products, and I can definitely see myself purchasing other products from the brand in the future. But thank you guys so much for watching and seeing this little recreation of a Selena Gomez makeup look. I'll pop a side-by-side picture of her and me up on the screen here to see how I did. I know I don't have everything that she wore on her face, but we're trying our best here. Overall, I really enjoyed the few products from Rare Beauty that I did try out, and will continue to implement them into my daily makeup routine. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end of this video. I will have a link for Rare Beauty on Sephora's site down below, as well as the two products that I purchased and tried out in today's video, the blush and the matte lip cream. Let me know in the comments down below if you've tried any Rare Beauty products and how you are liking them. Like I said in the beginning, I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe to my channel for more beauty, fashion, and lifestyle related content. But that wraps up this Rare Beauty review and try on, as well as this little Selena Gomez makeup tutorial. But thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in my next one. Bye.